Alright, so I want to go over how to set up Tradovate for the first time if you're just opening it up with a prop firm or live account or whatever it is you're doing. So just go up to this little plus symbol to add modules, and you're going to drag and drop whatever it is you want. So I'm going to start with a chart. Okay, we're going to place that right here. Okay, and let's load up MNQM6, the June contract for our micro Nasdaq. Okay, and I'm going to use previous settings that I already have saved, right, from my other charts. So I don't want to redo that all again. But you're going to have to go in your chart. So when you first open it up, you're going to have a default, okay? But you're going to have to go here to configure chart elements, indicators, candlestick. Yeah, that's it. Chart settings. Sorry. Chart settings to do all your stuff, your color schemes, whatever it is you want to do, however you want your candles to look and your wicks and all that stuff, alright? So that's that. Now if we want to add, we want to see our accounts and our positions, okay? Those are two important tabs that I like to have up. So we go back here and let's go get our positions, and we're going to drag that baby down here. Okay, and let's shrink this baby down. And I want to see my accounts. So again, I'm going to go back up and add modules to our accounts box. And go down here, and I want this separate. There we go. And I don't want that here. I want that over here. And I want positions over here. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass to drag and drop, but once you got it where you want, it's beautiful. Alright. Now, that's basically it for me. I will add 2 more charts here. On each of these tabs you can add whatever else you would like to have open. So of course here I'm gonna have the option to have my gold up, which is my MGC J6, right? And yes, use previous settings. Nothing's lost. And I want to get my MCL J6. Alright, yes. Let's go here. And of course, as you can see on all of these charts, I have the 21 EMA, the 200 EMA, and the VWAP. Okay, so how do you add these guys here? We go to indicators tab, and we're gonna go to moving averages, right? EMA, boom, and you check your 200, put it whatever color you want, the thickness, all that stuff, and save it. Okay, I'm not gonna add it back here, and then once I do that and I add these 3 things, VWAP, if I remember, it's in a little trickier spot. You have to go to volume based. There we go, volume based. And VWAP is right here, so you can add it, okay? After you add it, if you want to configure it, you got to go to configure chart elements. This is a trading software, right, for placing orders. It's not a charting software, so if you're used to using TradingView, it's not going to be quite the same setup, right? It's going to be a bit more of a pain in the butt. And there's a lot of videos out there on how to use TradingView and Tradovate, so definitely take a look at those if you're having a bit of a tough time, because I am no means an expert, but this should get you going. So once you're here, you can go to configure chart elements, say if you don't like the color of your VWAP or whatever, and just click on it, double click on it, and you can change your stuff, okay? And you can save a default, so when you open it up in another, if you're opening up multiple Tradovates like I have here, I have 3 actually, the 2 that you see on my screen plus another one on another screen. So I like to have oil, gold, and MNQ all up at the same time. Alright, so now that we've got that going on, you can take the grid lines off, you can, however it is you want to do it. I like to have the grid lines on, actually, and it depends. This gives me an idea of average true range too, like, and what's going on at the moment. If I see that my numbers are tight, where that means we're not moving around too much. Our average candle size probably about 3 points per bar. Okay, I was just looking at something there. Interesting. Okay, now, what else did we want to do here? So as far as on this chart is concerned, of course you have, you're going to see me often use trend lines. I don't have the hotkeys set up, but you can do that to just quickly, you know, Alt Control whatever it is you want. You know, you want to add your trend lines and do whatever to them. You know, that's all here on the side. You can play with that. This will be just a basic general for how I have my things set up. Okay. Now, down here on accounts, the only things that I like to see are the account, the dollar open, the dollar total, the net liquidity, and the distance to drawdown. Okay, that's going to tell you how far you are from blowing your account, right? So net liquidity is how much is in there, dollar total, so that's going to be your realized, your realized and your unrealized money, okay? And dollar open will be your unrealized profits at the time. And in positions, all I have set up is the symbol net position, how many I bought and sold, and the open P&L for the day. You can click on View Settings to go in there and select the columns that you want to have, you know, remove. You can just slide and drop and do whatever the heck it is you need to do to have more there. I find the least that you have on any chart and anything that you do when it comes to trading, the better it is on your mental capital. The least draining, the least amount of data that you have to look at, the better. Most traders definitely start out by looking and doing too many things at once, and you have to get there slowly, so you're definitely better to start just by focusing on one thing, and usually that's the ES or the NQ for most traders. So choose an index, and then of course I like to have one of the metals, and oil lately has been moving, so I like to trade what's moving. Okay. Okay, that's good. So here, what you're going to often do is you're going to find, if you've been using TradingView, sometimes Tradovate can be a little bit of a pain in the ass. They work similarly, which is one reason why I like Tradovate over, say, Wealth Charts or NinjaTrader. You can move your chart around. Say if you you're like, oh damn, I got back here, I don't even know what to do. This little arrow button is going to bring you back to where you need to be, and then you can place things where you want. And by using your scroll button, you can zoom in or zoom out, right? Okay. And then oftentimes you might be like, oh, okay, I want to look for fair value gaps or mark lines here or there. Just go to chart settings, auto fit chart, and that's gonna fit your chart for how many candles you have. If you want less, then just bring it over to where you need to be. It's going to auto fit this section here only, okay, like that. And then that might be too much. I'm like, ah, God, I want more space here or there to draw your trend lines or whatever it is. Woo, baby, gold just spiking a little bit here. But then again, not really. I should have ATR up. I used to have it on TradingView to give you an example. Oh, we did just rip $7 there, right? I don't know what time it is. It must be about midnight. No, 12:45. Okay. Alright, so that's it for that. There's nothing else crazy. You're gonna just have to go through and play with stuff, right? So when you right click on here, it's gonna give you the option to put a sell stop or a buy limit. So you can throw a buy in there, and then you can move it, scroll it up and down to where you'd like it. Once that's hit, you're gonna get a blue line that's gonna come across. Let's get an MNQ here, boom. Just to give you an example, 18. So say I get filled right now. I'm gonna buy market. I'll buy one. Okay, I've got one. So when you guys see me during the day, and you see this line here, and see it says +1. So I'm +1. I'm long one contract. Okay, and then I'm gonna put a sell right here. And then I could drag it. Say I'm like, the market's turned on to me. I just want to get out. I'll drag it down. Okay, we got hit. We got lucky. We got a big $3.50 on that. Okay, sweet. So Yeah, that's the way that's going to work. If you see my ATM settings, I'll show you one with my ATM settings, okay? So say I'm using a stop loss of 20 and take profit at 20, and right now we want to fade this, and we want to take this. I'm going to go for more of a fade, so I'm going to sell this if I really had to buy one right now. And here's my auto. That was a bad example because I'm like zoomed way in here. But now I have my, because I am short one, which you see -1 over here. You got my TP down here and my stop loss here. So I'll bring that to the top of there, and let's just get out of this position because it's not something we want. Sometimes you'll see me do this during trading hours because I'm just tightening up things, and whatever gets filled first, you're gonna see there you go. One kills the other, right? So that's the beauty thing about ATM settings. So say even you want to take a swing position at night, you can use your ATM settings, and one kills the other, so you can go to sleep, and whichever one gets filled first, well, you'll be out of the position, you won't have to worry about it. Okay, that's good for that. Let's see, up here. So now I sometimes group trade, sometimes don't. But let's go over the group trading feature. So if you want to group trade, let's just say you want to trade two of these evals. So we're going to trade here the account number 16, number 18 together. How are we going to set that up? So go to account, go to manage groups, and then you got to give it a new name. So let's start a new name, 16 and 18. Those accounts, okay? Now we're going to drag 16 over and drag 18 over. Now here, right now, let's keep it really simple. So we're going to copy trade them 1 for 1. So we're going to leave the quantity 1 for 1. Say this was a 100K account and this is a 50K account. Then here I would put 2 if I wanted to trade 2 contracts for every one of 16. Okay, so let's just leave it like this. We're going to go 1 to 1. And we're going to save this. Okay, account group successfully saved. Get out of here. We're going to go back. If I want to trade this as a group, I got to make sure that in my account here, I have 16 or 18 listed, okay? If I have 19 listed, that group trading's not going to work. Even though I click the group feature, nothing will happen. Okay, so I'm going to try to click buy market here, nothing happens. Multi-bracket orders are not supported in group mode. And that's true. You cannot use ATM settings in group mode, so right away that's going to have to be off. But now, let's say we get, okay, we're going to choose account 16, and we do want a group trade. See this little plus sign? That means our group trade feature is up, but we need one account for each. So in our, right here, instead of 1 micro, we have to put 2. That is 1 for each, okay? So now, I'm on account 16, is going to copy trade into account 18, and I'm going to put a buy order here. If it works, we know everything's set up, everything's working group trading. That's going to buy 1 account in each of these accounts. That's going to buy, 1 micro in each of these accounts. And right now, as we're ripping, let's do a little fade. Let's sell 1. So we've sold 1. If we look down here, we're short 1 contract in each of these accounts. Boom. And now I'm just going to exit all. Boom. So we're out. So this is our realized net loss. We lost $1 in one account, lost $3.50 in the other account. That's because there's always a lag, right? Sometimes you're never really going to be the same. It's never going to go exactly the same point. There's going to be slippage and so on. So now we're flat. Let's say though you're like, okay, you made your profit target for the day for these 2 accounts and you're happy. Make sure that when you switch back to say account 19, I'm gonna trade this account now. Just switch off your group, or else you're gonna be trading 2 contracts in each. And you have to remember to put this back to 1 if you're wanting just to go to 1 micro at a time. It's a lot to think about. Group trading is not something I suggest for beginner traders. If you're not taking payouts, until you're making payouts and taking payouts regularly, you have no business copy trading. Like, it's as simple as that. You need to take an eval to the funded stage, get that funded stage into your buffer, take a payout, once you're kind of consistently taking more payouts than it's costing you in evals, as in you are bringing more money in than losing, then it's a time to maybe start looking at group trading. And now, I, like everybody else, got into that early and lost, well, quite a bit of money group trading too early, and I had no business doing it. Even though I had a ton of experience, I'll talk about my background in a bit because I didn't always trade futures. I used to only trade stocks. That's where I started trading quite a few shares and for pennies at a time back in the day when the market was ripe for that sort of thing. Futures, I'm about 2 years in, but my stock trading background really helped me be profitable in futures. So that's that for the group trading thing, and that's about it. It's not a difficult. Oh yeah, let's look over this. So this is really brand new, this manual lockout thing. So it depends who you're with. If it's Apex doesn't allow it, but TPT, Lucid Alpha, I believe, Tradovate, My Fund of Futures, I think they all allow the manual lockout feature, and that's really good. So say you've hit your profit target for the day, because often in my fundeds I'll have a profit target, then I'll move to my evals if I'm still focusing on just my Lucid accounts instead of my TPT accounts, for example. Say I made $250 for the day in my funded, I can manually lock that out. The only problem is right now you can't manually lock out one account at a time. So if I want to manually lock out for the day, you just set the time, set it to end of day, and it is not going to allow you to trade that account until the next Globex opening at 6 o'clock. The only problem is right now it locks all of them out, not just one of them. So I, for now, still trade most of my accounts separately because I trade so much that I do not need to group trade. I do not need to take that risk. I spread it out horizontally. And to be honest, I think that is the best way to become successful fast at futures trading. Do not try to go vertical, try to go horizontally, meaning get many accounts, spread the risk. You don't have to go big. Honestly, 1 micro, 2 micros, 3 micros, 4 micros, you can do a lot of damage over time. So I think we've covered just about everything. The other little things is say you want a volume profile. Sometimes I have that up too. So volume profile is right here, free indicators, and add volume profile. How do I usually put this as black, and I usually put the value area, put my point of control line here, and I'll save it, and that'll usually, oh yeah, I didn't put the sessions on, so I gotta go back to chart elements, and let's do the whole daily session, apply, save, and here we go. We got our volume profile, okay, with our point of control right here. For some of you, if you're beginners, you might not know what that is. You're going to want to go online, and there's tons of videos on how to use the volume profile. I usually like to see it for point of control in previous days, point of controls. Sometimes I see this better in trading view. But anyways, that's something for another video. It's just to give you an example of where things were. In order to set that up, you're probably going to have to go to, hey, where'd my icon go here? What the hell? Where the hell did it go? Okay. I seem to be missing something here, but I'll go over here. It's like application settings. I don't know why I don't have it. I probably have to add it back there. Anyways, application settings, accounts. This off. Where are you? It's not what I want. Oh yeah, that's an important thing to go over too. Okay, at the end of the day, you're going to want to make sure that you are out of your positions. Depends on which account. Like say you have TPT. I think TPT's now, if you leave a position open by mistake or even an order that gets filled between 4 and 5 p.m. Eastern time, they may close your account. They've been really strict lately too, so you got to be careful. So when you go exit at market and cancel all, which is right here, okay, You press that button, that's great. So say I had a buy order here, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, and I forgot about it, the day's done and it's way down, didn't think. You press exit and cancel all, it'll cancel that order. But say you had one in oil, okay? Press the buy here. Come back, you're on MNQ, you press exit all. It's not going to cancel that order in oil. It's only for the chart and the instrument within that chart here. So in order to cancel everything at the end of the day, I always click on my each account, boom, I go 18, 19, whatever, click down here, exit all positions and cancel all. That's what you want to hit. And when you see there's no working orders, if you're not sure and you have, I don't know, a big payout coming, you take a screenshot of this and make sure you have it in case they decide to close your account for some stupid reason, which never happened to me, right? But better safe than sorry. Okay. Okay, this must be, okay, I see, this must be up here. Legacy chart news. Log. Is that what that is? News. Let's see if it's news. Nah, it's not news. Get out of here. Well, I don't care about that for now. But this window here you're gonna want to have. I guess you could take it off, but I like to have it for this application settings because this is something else you can do in here, which is really cool. Is set your daily loss limit, daily profit trigger, and all that per account. Okay, so say you're trading eval and I want them to take me out of my positions, like say here in this account here, or this one, I have like 830 bucks left to pass the account, and I'm gonna set that as like 835. There is sometimes a lag factor depending on where the market's moving, and I could set that for number 19, which that wasn't the case actually. So here we're gonna leave that back to 1503, and you can set a daily loss too. The only thing is this doesn't lock you out like this does. So you can set a risk daily loss limit of 300 or 400, whatever the hell it is you want to set. But unless you're going to lock yourself out, it won't matter because you can just come back here and click off and away you go. And I've done that. I've been guilty of that a few times. I think we've gone over most of the important things here for the Tradovate. If you guys have any questions, right, throw it down in the comment section. I'll get back to you. Just to give you a quick idea of like how I use everything. So when I'm trading, you can just focus on the trades. If it's something you're following, something you're trying to learn, then rather than screwing around, because this takes a while actually, especially if you're new. And especially with TradingView and everything, it takes days, right, to fool around with settings to get used to how everything works. It's like learning anything else new, right? Learn that skill. Alright, I'm out for now. Have a good one.